Hello, English 1002. I thought this might be a good time for me to give you some verbal instructions so you could see my face and, more importantly, hear my voice, giving you some clarity and maybe some instructions verbally about the crime scene report assignment. The instructions are very clear, but there are some other aspects of the assignment I can probably do a better job explaining this way. So let me exploit this technology of my handy little iPhone to make this video for you. The crime scene report fits neatly into the syllabus for this course. I do hope you read the syllabus. It's very important because it explains the theoretical background for the assignments that you do in the course. One of the main emphasis of the syllabus is to survey genres of composition. Genre, G-E-N-R-E. Those are classifications of composition, categories of rhetorical exercises and rhetorical pieces. The genre that the crime scene report represents is one that frankly is overlooked quite a bit in freshman composition, and it shouldn't be overlooked because it's one of the genres that more students will employ in their workplaces than the other genres that we emphasize. The genre is technical writing. The crime scene report is a piece of writing that is specific and unique to a profession. It's written for a specialized audience. The type of writing has its own specialized vocabulary, and it's going to be adapted in format for the specific purpose that the report serves in the workplace. So we're doing the crime scene report as an example of technical writing, writing that gets the job done. And as you've seen from the instructions, the characteristics of that type of writing are different from other essays that you've written, certainly in English 1001. The assignment really is not an essay. It's a type of report. It has its own unique format. It's divided into categories and subsections, and it allows you to use abbreviations and incomplete sentences and bulleted lists, a lot of things that you weren't allowed to do in English 1001. So understand the assignment where it's coming from as an example of technical writing. And also as an example of technical writing, be alert as you work on this assignment of how you as a writer are going to adapt and adjust your tone and your style to the purpose of your writing and to the audience that you're writing for. It's going to be much different. It's going to be, in this case, as you've read the instructions, it has to be cold, factual, completely free of opinion, completely free of words or expressions that might contain emotion, just the basic facts, very plainly and very accurately related. One area that you need to be aware of as you plan the assignment, one consideration, you are using the basis of the story details as the basis of the report. Now you're going to have to invent quite a bit. At the same time, you do have a lot of givens. If you're writing about, if you chose the Edgar Allan Poe story, you know that it took place more than likely in the 1840s. No specific clues as to what time of the year it might have been or even where. Poe was living in Baltimore, Maryland, where he made his career at that time, but there are really no indications in the story that say the story has to be set in Baltimore. So you have some liberties. You know, you can place the story in a lot of different places, but your time should be probably the 1830s or 1840s. And that means that there would not be a call coming into the dispatcher because telephones didn't exist at that time. So make sure that you don't embed details in the story that are inconsistent with the time or the place. You have to make sure that your details are very accurate. In A Rose for Emily, note in the ending the time of the discovery of the body is sometime after the actual funeral. A lot of students don't read that closely, and they get their timelines messed up. As a crime scene investigator, you have to be accurate. And the first place you're going to look for clues for your report are in the details of the story that you're writing about. Okay, we'll get the process of posting peer review and response underway early this week, I do hope. The assignment is going to span a couple of weeks, the entire time of Module 2. A complete preliminary draft, a rough draft, nowhere close to what you're going to turn as a final draft, is going to be due at midnight, midway through the module period. That will be next Sunday night at midnight. You don't have to post, you don't have to wait until you have a complete rough draft to post. You might just come up with the timeline as you're getting started and you're feeling your way through the assignment and you want to know if you're on the right track. So go ahead and go into the Look What I Wrote forum too and post whatever you've begun. Then your other classmates can see what you're doing. They can give you suggestions, advice, and feedback, and I certainly will also. And we'll kind of get the ball rolling that way. Several of the students in this class were in the 1001 class that I taught. And I know you all know how to be leaders in this process because the routine and the concept is very similar. But the class meets in that Look What I Wrote forum, so make sure that you take advantage of reading what your classmates are posting and also helping one another as you feel your way through the assignment. You will find the routine to become more comfortable as we move through the assignment. And from week to week, we continue to do the same thing. It grows even more comfortable. Do keep in the back of your mind that at the end of the course, the last month of the course really, the last 4 weeks or so, we're going to focus on the research paper, the documented essay. And each of the authors that you're meeting in the modules 1 through 5 could be a potential subject of your documented essay. You're going to choose one of the authors that we're reading, and you're going to research their life and try to find some connections between their life and the things that they wrote. We call that biocritical research and criticism. So keep that in mind. Look for what interests you in the authors. One of these authors are poets, because we're going to do poetry later, will be your subject for your documented essay. And of course, you want to choose somebody that interests you. Okay, that's a good little video introduction. I hope this helps. If you have questions about what you're supposed to be doing, you can email me privately. You can also post a question in the Look What I Wrote forum, because many times what you're wondering about is a question that classmates will have also. Okay, I'll see you in Look What I Wrote 2.